Hey guys, so we're looking at this Aussie trade at the moment, and just a bit of background, looking from the macro fundamentals. Aussie has been suffering from this trade war situation that's been going on, being China being the major trading partner with Australia, so it's taken a real nosedive recently. But this news flow has sort of it's petered out a little bit recently, and in fact there's been a little bit of an improvement with the Aussie going sideways, and also people are getting used to the story coming out of that region. So if we just go over to the charts here, we see that the Aussie is to come down, and it's starting to run out of momentum down here. So we have this little bottoming that's going on here, and so basically what my plan's going to be is to take a movement back to the 50%. The stats are, when you take a counter trend trade, it will hit the 50% retracement approximately 80% of the time. So it's a very high probability, but it's all in and all out. It's just bang straight to the target and then all out, because we do expect this to to continue downwards, but there would need to be a fresh raft of bad reports coming out of the zone. So anyway, the way I want to get involved with this, if we just pop over to my profile chart, I'll be looking for three patterns. So we have a bottom here at the moment, and there was a little test here where it came down and it just tested and then rejected out of there. So what I'll be looking for, so pattern number one, and I'm on the hourly chart here, I'll be looking for this to test again, and on the rejection going long. So it's very likely that if people want to take this long, they're going to bring it down here to grab some of that getting messages coming in, grab some of that liquidity that's down here of people continuing the break to the short side. So they may bring it down here, pick up the liquidity, and then go higher. So we'll be on that. So if there's a swing rejection down here, so if the hourly bar penetrates through but then closes above, I'll be looking at getting long. The next pattern is if we get a break above. So if we get a break above these highs here, this resistance area, I'll be looking for a retest back down to this low volume area here. So I'll be looking for again, the hourly bar to penetrate through and then reject very strongly and close above, or a pin bar, or I might go down into a lower time frame and look for a bias change if none of these set up. If you want to know what a bias change is, just have a look at some of our other videos. We've got a tutorial there on what a bias change reversal is. And then the other pattern would be if price goes up and doesn't come back to this area, I would be looking for it to come back, and I would take a fib entry high. So going back to the hourly chart, we've got plenty of distance. So if price moves up, I'll be looking for a retracement to the 50% and then a movement up to this zone here. And you see the 50 lines up, beautifully with these lows here and the highs just here. So that's what we're doing at the moment. Standing aside at the moment until we either get that breakout or that test lower, and of course monitoring the news flow. So if there's a fresh raft of news, it would have to be some pretty strong, pretty fresh news for it to now break down below here and continue this movement back before having either a correction in price or a correction in time going sideways for many more bars. If this price just continues to go sideways, then I will deem that it's basically recharged its battery and it'll be ready for the next move down, and I'll avoid this trade. Okay guys, thanks for that. I'll give you an update when the trade either triggers or cancels.